are now listening to Lower Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lower Road Radio.
Dad life, thug life, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad life, thug life, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad life, thug life, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lower Road Radio.
Let's get it. What?
At Tanagra Win the Walls. Phil, this is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lower Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason. But Jason, today is not a normal episode. We've got normal episodes that we do every week.
Yes.
That the people love. The people love the normal episodes.
They do love the normal
And at
episodes.
risk of offending those people who love the normal episodes, we said, you know what, let's make a special episode.
Yeah.
And so today is Thanksgiving, if you're watching this on Thanksgiving.
Yes, it could be 364 days.
You could be
Other
watching
days.
this on Thanksgiving 2021.
Ooh, I like that, yeah.
For most people,
We'll never have to do
Probably.
another Thanksgiving Day.
this is it.
We'll just release it.
this one every... That's not a bad idea. That's not the worst idea you've ever had. But we do want to say Happy Thanksgiving.
We should have wore green suit, like green screen suits, and then year after year we could just change our
the
clothing.
background and the clothing.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's a good idea.
Nobody would ever catch on.
Nobody. Mostly because people wouldn't see it. So we do want to say Happy Thanksgiving
Yes.
to all of our kin and kith out there.
What's a kith?
It's like
Kin is family. Is kith friends?
I think so.
You don't know. Is that a real word?
I looked it up once. Kin and kith, I think, is a thing.
Sounds like a Tolkien reference.
It might be, but I don't think it is. Kin and kith. Yeah, it's a suggestion on Merriam-Webster's dictionary.
Yes, and it says
The definition of kith and kin. Oh, it's kith and kin. That's the way. I thought it sounded.
that. I knew it was
Friends and relatives is
Okay.
what it means. It's an
Yes.
old-fashioned way to say friends and relatives.
We have-
So, to all of our kith and kin out there,
Yes.
we want to say Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We love Thanksgiving. It is, without a doubt, on the Mount Rushmore of holidays.
Oh, yeah. Real quick.
Real quick.
Thanksgiving.
Hanukkah.
No. Christmas.
Thanksgiving, Christmas is that's your Washington and your Lincoln.
Easter.
Easter.
And I'm going to go 4th of July.
I would go 4th of July as well. Yeah. You're hitting a lot of different, you got your spring, you got your summer,
Yeah.
you got your fall, and as far as I'm concerned, you got your winter. I'm opening up the show drinking this is our second episode we've done in a row in the morning,
Yes.
and I'm having a little espresso. Now with the espresso, you got to have the crema on top. It's all about the crema. If you gave me an espresso and it didn't have the crema on top, I would literally throw it in your face because I don't want an espresso without any crema. There is some debate about the crema. Does it actually help the flavor? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Some people, after they get their espresso, they stir it and get rid of the crema. I like the crema. I like that little, it's a little milky, although it's not milk. It's just from the coffee bean.
Frothy.
It's frothy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people say it actually does not improve the flavor, but I think it does. And so that's what
I
I'm
think
thinking.
similar to various textures in food. You're experiencing various textures within the coffee.
Yes, I think so. Mm-hmm.
So it might not be a flavor thing as much as it is a texture thing.
Maybe that's it. And it just feels like more than coffee when I get that little burst of, Sometimes when you make coffee, there's a bit of a top to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes depending on how you make it, there's a lot of science in coffee that I don't claim to understand all of it, but I know that I like this. It gives me good feelings.
We will do a coffee special soon.
Yes.
Very, very soon.
Yes, for sure, because we're big fans of the coffee company.
It's called Hunter's.
It's called Hunter's
something coffee.
Something Coffee.
Yeah.
And
Hunter's Club Coffee, I think is what it's called.
And so we're going to do a coffee episode dedicated to them.
Maybe. With them.
Or maybe Lavazza if they want to Pay us. Or Folgers, Maxwell House. I don't care.
I will drink Folgers coffee.
That's how much I care.
We love coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Mount Rushmore of things to drink on Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I think you're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to want to drink some coffee.
But should it be some sort of flavored coffee? I mean, are you just
like a
drinking
special
black
holiday
coffee?
blend?
Are you going to want some pumpkin spice in it? I was at Dunkin' Donuts literally. It was the day before Halloween.
Okay.
It was either the day before Halloween or the day after.
Yeah.
This is the time period that I was in. And we were going through Dunkin', and we were going to meet some friends. And so we said, hey, we're going through, do you want a coffee? And the one person said, yeah, I want a pumpkin spice something or other.
Yeah.
I ordered it. And he said, I'm sorry, that's a seasonal item, and it just ran out. I'm like, if the day, I think it was the day before, if the day before Halloween
Yeah.
is not if that's not right in the middle of pumpkin spice season, then I don't understand pumpkin spice.
Here's the problem. They start too early.
Yes, they start in August.
Yes, stop it.
It should start
Halloween.
toward the, I think.
Halloween to Thanksgiving.
I think the beginning of October. To me, October feels pumpkin spice.
Is pumpkin spice acceptable around Christmas?
I think it is.
Then I think you start on Halloween and you run it till they run out. If it's Thanksgiving, that's fine. If it's Christmas, that's fine.
Yeah.
I like pumpkin spice.
Well, either way, why Dunkin' called it a seasonal item, and they moved straight on to their Christmas. They had like peppermint mochas and stuff.
And those are going to run out before Christmas.
Jason, the world has gone mad. So,
yes, some type of flavored coffee.
so we're going to say pumpkin spice coffee.
Yeah.
Although I'm not a guy that's going to put pumpkin spice in my coffee a lot, but if I wake up
Thanksgiving
Day,
Yeah.
I'm going to want. I ate pumpkin pie the other day.
Yeah.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll talk about pumpkin pie.
There's lots of stuff to talk about.
So you're going to wake up, you're going to drink some pumpkin spice flavored coffee.
Yes.
Okay. So what else?
Okay. So I think we have to fast forward to lunch.
Okay.
Do you guys do your Thanksgiving lunch?
It's like a
afternoon?
late lunch.
A late lunch, right. So I think with your Thanksgiving meal, man,
I can say what we do.
what do you do?
Sparkling apple cider.
No, that doesn't belong on the Mount Rushmore. I think, I'm sorry, it doesn't. What do you, it's like a New Year's Eve thing.
Okay.
Sparkling apple cider?
Uh-huh.
I think-
Apple cider is like
No, listen.
a fall drink.
No, listen, apple cider is fine.
Maybe we should add apple cider. Maybe
Okay.
in the like mid-morning,
Yes.
you should be drinking hot apple cider.
Oh, yeah. We just actually
with
made
some
some.
cinnamon.
Have you
in
ever
it.
heard?
Put a cinnamon stick in
Okay,
that thing?
listen. There's something that's new on my brain. It probably has been around for thousands of years. Molded cider,
I'm familiar with it.
right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why it has mold in it.
Mhm.
I don't understand
Yeah.
the process or whatever.
You might be saying that wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I said. So,
Okay.
someone said, "You want this? It's like molded apple cider."
Mhm.
I'm like black mold, and like, yes, it's black mold apple cider here.
You idiot.
You idiot! And I drank it, and it was delicious.
Uh-huh.
Whether it has black mold in it or not, but it had tea, it had cinnamon, like bags of tea, cinnamon, and something else. I can't remember. Shelby made it at the house, so we loaded the crock pot up, cooked it.
Apple cider in a crock pot.
Oh, ladle?
Do you ever put the little cinnamon candies in?
No.
That's something that Erica's family does. Those little tiny red cinnamon things.
Yeah,
You know?
fireball type
Little-
of things.
Yeah, you put them in the bottom of it, and they kind of melt away, and then you stir it around. It gives a little bit of spice. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Well, yeah. So apple cider. So coffee.
So you're going to wake up right in the
hot
morning.
apple
You're going
cider.
to drink
Yeah.
your coffee with your pumpkin thing. And then around 10, 11 o'clock, you're going to have your hot apple cider.
Yeah.
And that'll get you through it. Because you can't be drinking coffee all morning
No.
because you'll be too caffeinated.
Yeah.
So hot apple cider is the second thing on the list.
Yeah.
And then while you're eating, what are you drinking?
Listen, I'm not a huge milk drinker, but I think milk goes with a lot of those foods.
I mean, I'd like to think about milk as like a later.
Like a dessert type of thing.
Yeah.
See, I might have coffee with my dessert.
Well, I probably would too.
I think milk, you're just laying a layer of...
Man, I'm going to have a hard time putting milk on this list. I mean, but what do you drink with your? What's the standard thing to drink with?
For me,
this is America, so maybe we just say Coca-Cola?
Okay. I think that's probably on everybody's table.
Right?
If we're talking iconic, not just our favorites, I think it's probably Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Okay. So coffee, hot apple cider, Coca-Cola. We get one more.
Well, I mean, you can start thinking about milk if you want to. A lot of people would open up a bottle of wine, at that time.
We do. I do a splash of whiskey.
A splash of whiskey.
Yeah, in various, like in either my coffee or my hot apple cider or whatever else I'm drinking.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. We're talking iconic. I'm trying to think of like around America, at dinner tables, post dinner, all of that stuff.
We'll save the alcohol for Christmas.
Okay. On Thanksgiving. I mean, I don't know. I mean, in our family, it was probably, dinner's over, people are just kind of hanging around watching football and they're drinking beer,
Yeah.
But
for iconic purposes, that might be it.
Because of the football element.
Yeah. Have you ever been to one of our family Thanksgivings and not seen beer there?
I've never been to one of our family anythings and not seen beer there.
So it's probably beer.
That's
very American.
So my wife, her family is different than our family.
Yes.
In a lot of different ways.
Thank God.
Many different ways.
Yeah.
They're different than our family. Like our family doesn't say goodbye. That's just one thing. Like we don't really say goodbye. We just get up and walk out. And I never noticed this before until it was pointed out to me. And then I started paying attention. I'm like, yeah, that is.
Well, you would say, well, see you around.
Sometimes not even that. You'd be surprised if you pay attention. Sometimes they just get up and walk out. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
Where did? I
think they left.
I think they left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And it's not. You know what I mean? Nothing I ever paid attention to.
Yeah.
But now it's become a word.
And thinking about it, because I guess I do remember now, like Erica forcing your kids, okay, go tell them goodbye. Go tell them goodbye.
Yeah,
go tell them
there's
goodbye.
a whole process of goodbyes in their family. It's a whole thing.
I guess we bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I've never thought about that.
Mm-hmm. Like if you make eye contact with somebody while you're walking out, you're like, we're leaving.
Yeah.
But other than that.
It's tricky. So in our family gatherings, I think you want to be one of the first people out. Because if you're not one of the first, then you're obligated. Because there's like three people that rush out. The first group, whoever it is, I mean, if you're busy, you got other stuff, that's fine. The first group rushes out, and then there's two or three that follow immediately.
Somebody's breaking the ice, and then a couple of people
Someone has to break the ice.
Then a couple of people get in on that.
Right.
Like, oh, well.
Then there's a break in the action. Now you're stuck there at least for another hour.
I'd say an hour.
Maybe two.
Yeah.
You're stuck. You can't leave. You can't wait 15, 20 minutes to say, well, I guess, Yeah. No, you've committed to the second round of the family activities.
Yeah.
Which is fine
that's
if
fine.
that's what you want to do.
That's fine. There's no problem with that, Well, anyway, her family, a lot of goodbyes.
Yeah.
A lot of goodbyes. And which is fine. I got no problem with that. But it's a whole thing,
Yeah.
And so there are a lot of differences. The first time I was ever at their house on Thanksgiving, I don't remember if it was our first or second
Honey,
year
I'm going to
of
be in the
marriage.
car warming it up. What? You didn't say goodbye to anybody?
Yeah, that would not go over well. We get to their house. We get to her parents' house, and the family is there. And around noon, I think we're planning on having our dinner kind of mid-afternoon, something like that. Around noon, I turn on the television.
Football, yeah.
Turn on the football game. And I turn it on, and I sit down. And
So this is Montana, so like 10 o'clock in the morning there's football.
Yeah, I guess it would have been 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yep, that sounds right. Because I was going to say 10 in the morning,
Yeah.
but then that didn't seem right. But you're right, the mountain time zone. So yeah, it was 10 in the morning, and I turn on the football game. And I sit down, getting ready. Hey, this is Thanksgiving. If we're going to do the Mount Rushmore of Thanksgiving Day later, and football will belong on that list.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm going to watch football.
I haven't watched a full game all year.
Yeah.
But I'm going to watch it on
Thanksgiving. Yes, I'm an American. So I sit down to watch the football game, and Erica comes up to me. She's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm watching football. I don't understand. So she's like, why? You're watching football? And I'm like, is it? I'm sorry. Am I in an episode of the Twilight Zone? Like, why? You know what I mean?
Am I the bad guy?
Like, are you going to ask me why am I eating turkey later? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm watching. Why are you watching football? It's Thanksgiving. We don't do that. Like, she didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean you don't watch football? Like, yeah, at least turn the game on,
Yeah.
you know? So she's like, you know, I was like, well, what do you do? I mean, if you don't watch football, what in the world could you possibly do? She's like, well, you know, we play cards or we talk and, you know, we sit around the table and we eat and say what we're thankful for. I'm like, what? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. So it was quite a process.
Yeah.
So I learned in the future, my brother-in-law, Sean, is a little bit more brazen than I am, and he's a football fan, too. So I've learned at family events that I never turn on
because Sean's going to turn it on.
Well, I just suggest it to Sean. Sean will be in the living room. I'll just be in.
What is the football on
the
today?
Seahawks are the Seahawks going to play now? Is that game now? Is it? Hey, give me the remote. Oh yeah, there you go. You know, and then Sean turns it on, and Erica looks at me, and I'm like,
what do you want me to do?
I'm not his boss, you know. And if everybody calls Sean out, I'd be like, this is what I want to do. You know what I mean? I'll go home and do it. No, it's okay. Stay here, you know. So there was a bit of a compromise worked out in which, you know, we were muting which I'm okay with because I don't care about the announcers anyway. I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? So everybody can talk and then I can watch the football game, you know. So it was
at least you could play cards with football in the background.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We did it every year.
Yeah.
Play pinochle while the football game's on. I mean, the difference is the volume would be turned up too and everything would just be louder, you know. So
as it should.
As it should. There should be a TV in every room. Somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, so you can keep up with the game.
Yeah. What are we in the middle of something?
Well, we were doing the drinks. At which point we were talking about football.
Oh, yeah. Your family's
because
different.
Of the beer.
Was there a drink aspect to that?
With her family?
Yeah.
No. We had just said that maybe beer belongs on the list because of the football.
Right.
Which
but
made
our
me start
family.
thinking.
Okay, so it's beer. So
You
wrap
think
that
so?
up. Yes, it is. Okay, so coffee, apple cider,
Coca-Cola,
and beer. Okay. That's the Mount Rushmore. Super iconic of Thanksgiving drinks.
Okay.
Okay, next. Mount Rushmore of Thanksgiving Day activities. So once again, you wake up in the morning. What are you going to turn on?
The parade.
Typically the parade. Mm-hmm. It might be canceled this year.
It's
I don't know.
not canceled this year. I did a little bit of research.
Okay.
Some of it, like, you know, all the stupid little songs and stuff that they do?
Yeah.
They're pre-recording those. Mm-hmm. So they're going to pipe those in. The parade is happening, although there will be no spectators. Like, there's not going to be a crowd of people watching the parade. They're just
Then why do a parade?
Well, I think it's dumb, too. But it's New York City.
So
do you think they're going to line up a bunch of people in New York City to celebrate Thanksgiving? No, they're not. First of all, they don't give
if I lived in New York, you can't stop me from spectating this parade. It's going down my street. I'm going to go down
I will
on the sidewalk. I will spectate
I will
this.
put my kid on my shoulders,
yes,
and we will watch the parade like an American.
How are you going to stop us?
Well,
you're going to throw me in jail for watching a parade that you're putting on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey.
Come.
Please.
Come get me.
Please come get me.
Yeah.
I'll be the poster.
That makes me so angry.
It's stupid. So, but you will be able to watch it on television.
Yeah, I really don't care.
I want it on.
It's iconic. Yeah, no, we
in
will
the
turn
background,
it on. Yes,
with a little bit of volume.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I don't sit down and watch it.
No,
you know, every once in a while you go, "Hey, it's Snoopy," or
SpongeBob.
You know what I mean? Oh, hey,
yeah,
Ninja Turtles.
I turn it on. My kids are interested for like 35 seconds
at the most,
and then they're gone.
I remember a few years ago we didn't have any kind of television like live thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it was like really difficult to find a way to watch the parade
on network TV.
I didn't have network TV. I didn't have any of that. I didn't.
An antenna?
No.
Oh.
We're talking, this was probably like 6 years ago. So it was even like before, like it was easy to find it on YouTube.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, now you could find it
It'd be
anywhere.
simple.
Yeah.
But it was like a whole thing. I mean, it took me like an hour because my girls were like, I want to watch the parade. It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know? So it was like a whole thing. It took me a long time to figure it out. And it was like an hour later, finally turned it on. They watched it for 10 minutes and then they were done.
Yeah.
I was like, but it should be on in the background. So
Yes.
stuff to watch on Thanksgiving.
No, it was activities.
Oh, activities?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So watching the parade
Watching
is
the parade
an activity.
is an activity. Okay.
I think eating,
Well, yeah.
iconic.
yes,
It's Thanksgiving.
of
You're
course.
going to eat. You're going to
Uh-huh. Watch
the
thing,
parade.
eat the meal,
You're going to watch football.
watch football. I
Yeah.
mean, is watching an activity? See, this is where I'm
Watching
is it-
TV.
I mean, watching TV is a passive thing. I don't think it's an activity.
Well, it depends. If it's on in the background, that's one thing. If you're watching it, I would say that would be an activity.
Okay. All right.
Eating is an activity.
So, listen, of course.
It's the George
So
Washington.
watching the parade, eating. I mean, now it feels like we're just, I mean, it feels like this is the Thanksgiving Day Mount Rushmore, like just
Oh,
the Mount Rushmore
Okay.
of Thanksgiving.
are we going to do that now? Because I was wondering
'Cause-
activities.
Well, let's just say, let's do watch.
Are you going to throw a football with your kids in the backyard?
Well, that's the thing. I think you should.
Is that an activity?
Yes.
Is that a Thanksgiving Day Mount Rushmore item? Because I don't know if it is. It's an activity.
It's an
Mount
activity.
Rushmore, yeah.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I think we should take the watching off
Playing
of the
cards?
list. You see? So I feel like
Okay.
stuff to watch on Thanksgiving is its own category.
Okay.
Activities.
Okay. Activities.
Okay.
Eating,
Eating,
playing catch in the backyard,
playing catch in the backyard.
cards.
Definitely.
You get one more.
Nap.
There it is. That's
Mhm.
it. Okay. Next, things to watch.
Macy's Day Parade.
Yes.
Football.
Yes.
Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Yes. Lauer Road Radio.
Our Road Radio. You're
That's
doing it
it.
right now.
Bam.
Boy, that was easy.
Yeah.
And for all time. I mean, 30 years from now, you'll be able to quote this episode. You've seen it so many
Yeah,
times.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mount Rushmore of Thanksgiving Day foods.
All right. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. I mean, you can't just say that.
I just did. Mount Rushmore
This
of
is the big
Thanksgiving
one.
Day. Do we need to push this back?
No, it's fine. I mean, I think maybe the big one is we just call it Thanksgiving Mount Rushmore, and then everything is on the table. But let's do this food one first, okay?
I
So-
think we should do the overall Thanksgiving last.
Okay. So Thanksgiving Day food:
Yeah.
turkey,
Yes.
pumpkin pie,
Stuffing.
stuffing or dressing, depending on where you're from and what you call
We
it.
stuff it.
I'm not a stuffer. I don't stuff my stuffing. I stuff my turkey with onions and apples. Not to eat.
There's nothing better than stuffing stuffed in a turkey. It soaks up all the juices.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Okay. All right.
I love stuffing.
You're a big stuffing fan.
I love stuffing. It's
so
the best.
turkey stuffing,
Yeah.
pumpkin pie,
Yeah. You get one more.
cranberry
It's super iconic. I don't really care for it.
sauce. Is it cranberry sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
we do a loaded baked potato.
That's not Mount Rushmore.
It's pretty good.
I understand that you do it, and I understand that it's good. It might be better than what we
Mashed
pick.
potatoes and gravy.
I think it's worth talking about. I think it's
I think it's like on your plate. If you're just picturing, you're gonna have green bean casserole. You're gonna have turkey. You're gonna have mashed potatoes, and like a biscuit.
well, this is what I'm thinking. Like a roll,
Yeah,
that might
like a
belong
yeast
on
roll.
the list. Some kind
A
of
buttered yeast roll.
I mean, I'd like to talk about green bean casserole. First of all, let me just say that every green bean casserole recipe I ever saw has half the amount of the onion toppings that one ought to put on it.
Yeah,
I mean, the amount that they give you, it's like a cup, and you spread it out. Like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
The onion topping, the crispy onion topping is the best part of the thing.
Yeah.
You gotta double that up.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
Like,
triple.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the best part of it. Because then you get people like me that they're gonna come through
Scrape.
and
the
they're just
top.
gonna like,
Yeah.
and then just
Yep.
get green beans without, and then
Now
nobody's
everybody else is just eating green beans.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is on them. But if you make it right, then you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So I'd like to talk about green bean casserole being on the list. I think it's pretty iconic.
What do we have again?
We got turkey, we got pumpkin pie, and we got stuffing.
I think maybe probably a roll.
A roll. Like, I guess that we're thinking like that if you go to somebody's house for Thanksgiving
Yeah.
and they don't have this, it's
Yeah.
like, what are you doing with your life?
In some communities, macaroni and cheese is a massive thing.
Yeah.
Ours, not so much,
Yeah.
but I know it's a thing.
Yeah.
Corn.
Corn.
There's always corn.
Yeah. I know there's always corn.
Listen,
And
the
there's
original Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
as it was taught to me by Snoopy,
Yeah.
corn.
Popcorn. Mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody.
Sweet potato.
Ooh. Sweet potato.
It's pretty iconic.
I feel like sweet potato is the one we're missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Sweet potato. Definitely. And I won't hear anything else. So, pumpkin pie.
Apple pie.
No, pumpkin pie.
Okay.
Do I like apple pie? Yes. Do I like it better than pumpkin pie? Yeah, I do. But
Apple crisp.
do I like apple crisp? Yeah, I like it. Is it better than apple pie? Yeah, it's better than apple pie. But it doesn't belong on any of these lists. Apple crisp belongs on the list of I'm so excited that we're having this at school lunch today.
Yeah. Apple crisp is one of my favorite anything.
Let's just do a real
Gosh.
quick.
We're going to wrap up the food one.
Okay. We did. It's turkey,
Yeah,
pumpkin pie,
stuffing,
and sweet potatoes.
Okay. Bam.
All right. No, real quick. This is
Okay.
not Thanksgiving Day, but this is the Mount Rushmore of you found out that this is on your school lunch menu today.
Square pizza.
And you're excited. Square pizza,
Yeah.
apple crisp.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you're excited about?
Stella, any?
Usually sidekicks at school, like little ice cream-ish.
Oh, the little ice cream dish on the side?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ice cream? Did we have that?
I think there was
If
like a
we
little
didn't-
cup of ice cream.
Okay,
But
so
it was very rare.
With a wooden spoon?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like, yeah.
All right.
You get
So,
one more.
Apple crisp, square pizza, ice cream with a wooden spoon, and one more. Phew, man.
To me,
Corn dogs?
I wasn't excited. You're saying excited?
Listen, I'm reaching.
The square pizza and apple crisp. That's it. I
Yeah.
don't know if it deserves a Mount Rushmore. Is there anything else exciting? It's like, oh, we get this today. Not in my memory bank.
Goulash.
I do like a good goulash, but
Goulash is one of the more unappealing words for
Yeah.
food that exist.
I think the taste and the experience of goulash is far better than what the word would.
How about
Lead you to believe.
sloppy joes?
Yeah, not excited. I like sloppy. Do I like a sloppy Joe?
Come on.
Of course I like sloppy Joe. I don't know
Well,
if I'm
something
excited.
else has to belong on this
I don't know if
list.
it deserves a Mount Rushmore.
Chocolate. I mean, I was going to say chocolate milk, but you were a white milk guy.
I was a white milk
That
guy.
I never understood that. I was like, something. That's when I knew something wasn't right with
The
you.
chocolate milk is chalky.
Well, I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
like it leaves a taste in your mouth.
Yeah, the taste of chocolate.
No, I don't. No. Yeah. Give me the milk straight from the cow. Stop adding stuff to it.
Boy, I thought that this would be easier than it was.
No, listen, Mount Rushmore of school lunches, then I think Sloppy Joe belongs on it. Mount Rushmore of exciting things to eat on your school roll. No.
Those are the only things you're excited about.
Pizza and apple crisp. That's it. There's nothing else I'm excited about school lunch.
In
It's those
high
two things.
school, you get the bagel.
I got the bagel every day.
So let's just put the bagel on the
Bagel and
list.
the cream cheese.
I don't think that is a
Oh, it wasn't even
wide
toasted.
experience.
Yeah,
no, it
for me
wasn't toasted.
was.
But
Yeah. Every day for 3.5 years. That's what I
fries?
ate.
How about French fries?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not excited, but it's
All
fine.
right.
Okay,
What's
move
our-
on.
what's
This
our
is
next-
Thanksgiving. I don't
Thanksgiving Day. So let's do Thanksgiving Day desserts.
know. I was thinking about doing a Thanksgiving Day movies, but turns out there's like none.
Yeah, it's Charlie Brown, and that's not even a movie. It's like 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
So let's do, although if you get the extended version, you get the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and the Mayflower
Yes.
Thanksgiving.
The Mayflower
special.
one was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
They taught you how to plant corn.
I could, that is so nostalgic.
Yeah.
That episode is so
They
nostalgic.
put
to
the
me.
fish in with the corn.
I can almost quote it like when I'm hearing it. You know what I mean? When Linus is like telling the story about like, and you see the Charlie Brown is throwing up over the side of the Mayflower.
Yeah.
And they're having that argument. And you remember they fix the thing and the thing when they had that like.
Oh yeah. Mount Rushmore of the first Thanksgiving.
Mount Rushmore of the first Thanksgiving.
As we know it with the Pilgrims.
Okay.
Pilgrims. Indians. Yeah.
Now what they ate, they were not sure. We're not 100% sure that they ate turkey,
Yeah.
but we know they ate deer.
Yes.
Because the Indians brought them, I think, 6 deer that they had recently killed.
Okay, so I think it's deer.
Okay.
We get one more thing.
Chief Massasoit? Massasoit.
Sacagawea.
Yes. Squanto.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know if Massasoit and Squanto, if they're just part of the group.
Sitting Bull?
The Indian groups. I mean, we could also say, you know, the different pilgrim leaders too. So I
John
think,
Smith. He's a pilgrim, right?
No. You know that, right? It's
No.
important to me to know that John Smith was not a pilgrim.
I think he was.
No, he was in Virginia. He was the founder. He was in Jamestown. You know this. I mean,
John Smith. We had this like toy. Do you remember this toy,
Pocahontas.
Stella? It was like John Smith, and you press it, John Smith.
Really?
John Smith. And she would just press it nonstop. You don't remember that? Yeah, she was like 2.
she was an annoying
Super
kid.
annoying, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
John Smith was with Pocahontas.
Yes, at Jamestown.
Okay. Agree to disagree.
Pilgrims, Indians.
Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock. I mean, that wasn't Thanksgiving Day. They landed on Plymouth Rock.
Yeah, Mayflower.
Once again, Mayflower's not around on Thanksgiving.
You don't have the first Thanksgiving without the Mayflower.
I mean, you could. But we're talking about that day.
Okay.
Things
They
that happened on that day.
Probably didn't play football.
No. But they might have played. I was just doing some research on this. They might have done some sort of activity, but now I'm forgetting what it was.
Bet you did. I bet you they took naps.
You know, they took a nap.
Yeah.
Boy.
Pilgrims, Indians,
Yeah.
deer.
Corn. Definitely corn.
Corn.
We
That's
know
it.
that corn was on
That's
the
it.
menu.
Bam.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do Mount Rushmore of Thanksgiving desserts.
Okay.
Okay. So recently I was at the store and we're walking through getting some stuff and I saw the pumpkin pie and I thought they just had, you know, not like a big pumpkin pie, but kind of like little ones in the bakery section.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, I want to get a pumpkin pie because so often on Thanksgiving Day, I'm so stuffed. I've eaten so much food, too much food, that when it comes time for the pumpkin pie,
You don't enjoy it.
I just, I'm eating it out of obligation to the pumpkin pie rather than like enjoying it.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'm going to get a pumpkin pie. And so for the last, 4 nights, I've had a slice of pumpkin pie every night while I was watching The West Wing with some Cool Whip.
Yeah.
Don't listen. Don't give me the whipped topping.
Okay, that's what we do in our house.
Cool Whip. No, it's Cool Whip.
Okay.
Cool Whip is what belongs on pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I don't care.
And I won't hear anything else.
Well, I'm just saying what we
Do I like that stuff for other things? Sure. If I'm going to make it a sundae, an ice cream sundae, do I want that on it? You better believe I want that on it. But if I'm having pumpkin pie, it's Cool Whip.
Okay.
So I will say I really enjoyed it. It was a really good decision that I made to enjoy pumpkin pie because I feel like I haven't enjoyed it in years. Because every time it's been offered to me, I'm so full of turkey and stuffing and everything else. I'm like, okay, give me a piece of it.
See, that's why a lot of times at 10 o'clock in the morning, I do the first round of dessert. So I do coffee, and then I do the first round of dessert.
Yes.
Not a lot, just a taste.
Just a taste. I see.
You know, and then I eat my meal, take a nap,
Let it
and
settle.
then second round of dessert.
Then second round of dessert.
So I have a pre-dessert and a post-dessert.
I like the 9 o'clock at night turkey sandwich.
No, not the turkey sandwich. I like the 9:00 at night random plate. Where you just go around. You're like, like if I finish this corn off, I don't have to like put it away. We don't have to save it.
If you have a good cranberry sauce and you put it on your turkey sandwich, that's pretty good. I don't know if you've ever done that before.
No. So my image of turkey sandwiches is
White
from
bread.
us being a kid eating it on white bread with some mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Like 8
With a
days
little salt
after
and pepper.
Thanksgiving.
I like that.
It was so dry and gross.
Well,
I
not the
hated
way.
it.
I mean,
just
my turkey's never dry.
as kids.
Can we talk about turkey for a second?
Okay.
If you're making your turkey,
Well, you are.
well,
It's
listen,
Thanksgiving.
it's too late.
Yeah.
So
You're already halfway
wheels
down the
are
road
already set in motion,
Yeah.
and your crappy turkey in a
For-
bag is already happening
for next year.
for next year.
Yeah.
Here's what you want to do. You're gonna want to. I got to do it today. You're gonna take your turkey out of the freezer. Give it plenty of time to thaw, because by the time you do not want it to be frozen at all. That's the first thing.
Right.
2 days before Thanksgiving, 48 hours before you're going to put it in the oven. You want to take it out, clean it up, rinse it off, do the whole thing, okay? And then you're going to want to take some kosher salt, okay? And then you take that kosher salt and you rub it in under the skin in
Not
the
pink
cavity.
Himalayan.
No, kosher salt, white coarse
Okay.
kosher salt. And you just rub that kosher salt all over that turkey. Like everywhere where you can get salt, you just, put it.
Salt it.
You salt it really good. And then you put it in your fridge. You could put a bag around it, but you don't even have to in the fridge, But, you put a bag around it. And you just let it sit in the fridge with all of that salt packed on for 48 hours. And then you take it out. And when you take it out, you're going to look at it and you're going to say, this thing looks so dry. It looks complete. It's called dry brining. It looks like this is going to be the driest turkey that I ever ate in my life. The first time I ever did it was like, this was a huge mistake, like I was like pretty upset about the whole thing. Like this is awful.
Yeah.
It looks so dried out. And then you can put some butter and some parsley and some thyme, and then you chop up like quarter chop onions and apples, and you stuff that in the cavity. You tie it tight. And then you put it in. Now, I've got a roaster, which I would encourage you to do the roaster other than you could put it in the oven. But I think the roaster, if you can get a roaster, that's a good idea. You doing okay here?
No, I'm having a problem. It's not like coming out right. I don't know what's wrong with this cup.
Take off the lid and just
Yeah, I
drink
know,
it
but
like a
it's-
normal person.
But then it cools down really quickly.
Well, drink it faster.
I'm going to have to pee.
So then you can put some butter on it too, and the seasoning, the salt, and then you put it in the roaster, and you cook it just
Yeah.
like that. And when it comes out, it will be so, like the salt. There's like a chemical thing where it like breaks down the meat or something like that. It'll be so
Tender.
and it will be a little salty. Like it'll have like flavor, and it's easy. It's not a lot of work. I've seen my mother-in-law did the bacon turkey one time where she made
Wrapped it, yeah.
a quilt of bacon and put it over the turkey. That was pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But this is the best. There's something that happens, and it's very simple. I'm very excited about my turkey this year. So, how did we start talking about that?
I don't know.
We still haven't done the Mount Rushmore of desserts.
Apple pie.
So
Pumpkin pie. I'm sorry.
That's your George Washington right there.
Yeah.
Did you know that Colchester, Connecticut, in 1805, Colchester, Connecticut, suspended Thanksgiving Day for a week because they couldn't. They were late on their shipment of molasses, which means they couldn't make pumpkin pie. And so the town got together, the town elders or whatever got together, voted that they should suspend Thanksgiving Day celebrations for 1 week so that they can have pumpkin pie. I mean, that's how important pumpkin pie is. Colchester, Connecticut literally delayed it for a week just so that they could have pumpkin pie.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Some sort of apple dessert. I mean, apple crisp, apple pie. I'm okay with either. But
I think we should
don't-
do apple crisp because we already have the pie.
Well, we might have more pies on this list.
Okay.
So, but apple crisp is cool. I'm okay with apple crisp.
We
So
need-
pumpkin pie, apple crisp,
Sugar cookie.
sugar cookie. I mean, that feels a little bit more Christmas to
Christmassy.
me.
I'm thinking not the iced sugar cookie, just a plain sugar cookie. Like not that's like coated with the sugar. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or no, wait.
Is there another cookie that belongs on this list?
Yes, there is.
A molasses
cookie.
cookie.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
You think a molasses cookie.
It's molasses cookie.
Okay. So we're going to go pumpkin pie, apple crisp, molasses cookie.
Yes.
Is there another kind of dessert? Now, sweet potato pie is a thing. It's all right. It might be better than pumpkin pie, but once again,
Yeah.
I mean, we're not doing. Can I think of better desserts? Yeah, I can think of better.
Do you
desserts.
want a little slab of ice cream with any of this?
Well,
some
yeah,
vanilla ice cream
with your apple crisp.
Well, is that going to be part of
That's part of the apple crisp. I won't hear anything other. If you have apple crisp without a little vanilla ice cream, you're not having apple crisp. You're doing it wrong.
That's not two separate desserts.
No, it's like the salt on your. You know what I mean? Like it's not like if you're salting something, it's not like you're adding that as like a whole other. It's just part of it.
Okay.
Okay. It's like it'd be like having green bean casserole without the onions. That to me, that's a perfect example.
Yeah.
What is this? This is just green beans.
We have one more dessert.
I mean, when you're thinking about desserts, you have puddings, you have cakes.
Yeah.
I mean, I know ice cream is a thing.
What? So
I mean, is there a pudding?
I don't know if it's a Thanksgiving iconic, but the dirt pudding
Yeah.
with the Oreo and the whipped cream and
I
the
think that but deserves consideration.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
What about the vanilla wafer pudding?
Oh, or like a banana.
The banana pudding with vanilla wafers.
I'm not a big fan of that.
It's iconic.
but it is pretty iconic. People like that.
Yeah. I think that might be it, actually. It's very iconic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Banana pudding with the vanilla wafers.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm happy with this list. Pumpkin pie, apple crisp, molasses cookie, and banana pudding with the vanilla wafers.
That's it.
That's pretty iconic.
It is.
I mean, that should be.
You show up to Thanksgiving and you see those four desserts,
You're like, I'm at the right place.
it's going to be a good day.
All right. So, do you want to do? Let's see. How about Mount Rushmore of football on Thanksgiving? So, the two things that belong on the list, first of all, are the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
As long as we've been alive, those two teams always play on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And they should forever.
Forever.
And this later Thanksgiving Day football game, get rid of it. I don't want it.
There should be two games.
There should be two games. It should be the Detroit Lions playing somebody and the Dallas Cowboys playing something.
A 12 o'clock game and a 4 o'clock game.
In a perfect world, would I like to see the Cowboys play the Redskins every year? Yeah. Cowboys and Indians, what are we talking about? What's
And
more American than that?
Lions and
Although they're-
Packers?
Or Giants?
Or Lions and Bears.
Or Bears. There
Yeah.
it is. I mean, but I'm okay with the other teams changing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Packers, Bears, Vikings, that's fine. No
Yeah.
big deal. But the Lions and the Cowboys.
Yes.
I would say the next thing that belongs on the list is probably John Madden.
For iconic purposes.
For iconic purposes.
Pat Summerall?
They're kind of a package deal. Boom. You know, don't you think?
Okay, so that broadcast booth. We'll
Okay.
call it that booth.
The Summerall
Madden booth.
Okay.
Iconic, yeah.
That's pretty iconic.
It's very iconic.
All right. Are there any other now, turducken? Now, I mean, that was a Madden thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he'd always talk about the turducken. They'd put it on the thing. and
Harrison
he'd
wants a turducken
he'd
really, really
circle
bad.
it.
Yeah. I've never had one. But
Yeah. Eric's uncle made one once, but I don't think I was around. I think it was like slightly before me, or maybe we weren't living
Yeah.
around. And I guess it's okay. I think it's
Okay.
overrated.
Okay.
Lions, Cowboys, the Madden Summerall booth.
We're talking Thanksgiving Day football.
Yeah. So we say catch.
I was going to say playing catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. So that's the Mount Rushmore of Thanksgiving Day
Now,
football.
on Thanksgiving Day, are you just playing catch, or are you trying to come up with a tag flag football?
Well, I mean, if you got enough people, then you're going to play some kind of tag football situation. But if you only got a few, then you play catch.
there
Do
is-
what you can.
Across the country, there is a massive flag football thing every Thanksgiving morning. Mm-hmm. People
Are
show
you
up and
familiar
do
with the
this stuff.
turkey runs? That's like a whole thing.
No.
People do like a 5K run They call it turkey runs.
On Thanksgiving?
On Thanksgiving, they wake up Thanksgiving Day morning and run a 5K.
I don't think I want to do that.
I mean, I think the thought is it gives you permission to eat more for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You've worked it.
Yeah,
You've worked
you've
for it.
already.
You know that field, you know what? There's Christmas trees in it. I was going to say, like behind Jersey's there in Marion, there's that big field.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great to do a flag football right there
Yeah, that would be.
on Thanksgiving.
I mean, depending on where you live, it can be problematic to play. You know what I mean? It could be really cold and awful on a Thanksgiving
which
day.
could be fantastic.
Could be. But either way, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. The Cowboys, the Lions, Madden Summerall,
And playing catch.
and playing catch.
Okay.
Okay. So are we ready to do just the standard
Yes.
Thanksgiving?
This will be the final Mount Rushmore of this episode.
So what are we calling this?
Thanksgiving
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
So all Thanksgiving things.
All things
everything.
are on the table.
Okay. So first of all, I would say,
Should a table be on it?
well, that's,
How are you going to have Thanksgiving without a table?
listen, everything's in consideration. Okay.
I'm just saying. I just have never thought about that, but
Well, this is why we're doing this.
yeah.
I would say turkey,
I think it has to be turkey.
right?
Yeah. Iconic turkey.
Okay, turkey. Football.
Pretty iconic.
It is pretty iconic.
Now, if you're part of your wife's family, maybe not so much.
Well, I've worked it in. I've made it happen.
Between you and Sean, you kind of helped
Yeah.
push that.
Yeah.
For iconic purposes, turkey and football,
Okay. What
I
else?
think, have to be on the list.
Does the parade belong on the list?
It's pretty iconic.
The Macy's Thanksgiving
I-
Day Parade.
I have a hard time getting by pilgrims.
Wow. We you know what we neglected to do was the Pilgrim Mount Rushmore.
Tall hat, belt buckle.
Buckle. I mean, buckles on everything.
Buckle.
Buckle on the hat. Buckle on the buckle.
Yeah.
Buckle on like your sleeves.
And
they loved buckles.
The black powder gun.
Cornucopia.
That's it.
Well, that's three things. Buckles.
Hat.
Oh, hat.
The musket, the black powder musket,
Uh-huh.
and the cornucopia.
Okay.
That's the pilgrim
Okay. So
Mount Rushmore.
the Mount Rushmore of Thanksgiving, turkey, football, pilgrims.
Yeah. Family. You can't have Thanksgiving without family.
Well,
You could.
this year, apparently.
As long as it's under 10.
Is that the rule?
Yeah.
The dumbest thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we going to do Netflix?
Oh yeah, we didn't do the Netflix suggestion.
Yeah, we got to hurry this up.
We're running out of time.
Yeah. So I would just bypass a song, but I've already pressed the button.
I mean, you could bring it down just a little bit. Just bring it down
Okay.
a little bit, and then what's your Netflix Thanksgiving Day suggestion?
So we watched this last night. I think you can watch this with your family. There's a random couple cuss words. They don't bleep it out because it's like reality documentary. It's a series. It's a TV series called We Are the Champions. And there are multiple episodes where they highlight various activities. One of the ones we watched last night, the very first one, is in England. It's called cheese rolling.
Mm-hmm.
They take a block of cheese and they roll it down this hill that's like at a 45-degree incline.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody runs down this hill 100 yards. First one down wins.
Sounds like a game we would have made up.
Yeah, and it's fantastic.
And what's the show called?
We Are the Champions.
And where can you find it?
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay.
It's fantastic.
All right.
There's another episode, chili eating. They eat the hottest chilies, and there's a competition. It's fantastic. There's another yo-yo special. There's another special on dog dancing.
Okay.
People dancing with their dogs. And then the last one is frog jumping.
Okay.
Listen, it's a fantastic thing to watch with your family.
So it's called We Are the Champions.
Yeah.
I would say for me, this is obvious. This is now if you have Apple TV is where you can watch Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. So
It's supposed to be on network TV too.
It's probably on network TV.
Yeah.
find a way to watch it. You could buy it. There's lots of ways that you could find it.
Right.
But I do feel like you should watch Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Yes, that's a good one. So I just want to wrap the episode up with a serious note.
Okay.
Mount Rushmore of, maybe it's not a Mount Rushmore, but just things that we're thankful for.
Okay. Personally.
I am very, I'll start. I am very, very thankful for family. Super nostalgic. Like everything that I think about evolves around family. I'm very, very thankful for my family, my wife and my kids, brother, sister, the whole thing. I think that family is something to be super thankful for. I'm thankful to live in America.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be mine. I thought we were going to go back and forth.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm thankful for America.
America's the best.
It is the best. And as frustrated as I am currently with America,
it's the best.
It's still the best country by a long shot.
Yeah.
There's never been anything better, and America's still the best. And I'm very thankful. I mean, all this stuff about when your guy doesn't win, well, I'm moving to Canada. No, I'm not moving to Canada.
Yeah.
Even when my guy doesn't win, I'm still not moving to Canada.
Right.
Because America's the best.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bash Canada, but America's the best.
I'm thankful for health.
Yes.
I'm generally healthy. My kids, my wife, my family, we're healthy.
Yes.
Healthy is something to be thankful for.
We are both what you would call Christians.
Yes.
I'm thankful for God, for the ability to know Him and be loved by Him.
Yep. That's a good way to end it.
There it is. Well, this is Dan signing off for Jason.
We're thankful for all of you.
Oh, that's true. We are thankful for all of you. And if you're thankful for us, we're going to do a Christmas episode as well.
Yeah.
And you can send in presents to us.
Yes. Not for our own benefit.
Yeah, not like a PS5 or something. I mean,
or if you want to. You're going to have to send 2. But for the wall.
For the wall. If you want to add something to the wall as a Christmas present, we're going to do a special... We got to find a fireplace.
Yeah.
We're going to put pajamas on.
Yeah.
And we're going to open up Christmas presents.
Yeah.
And that get displayed in our show. So we're thankful for you. Thankful for all of those things. And hopefully we've, increased your enjoyment of this holiday. All right, this is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, boo, boo, sit. Good dog.
I have spoken.
Happy Thanksgiving.